Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is to learn a pattern interrupt. It's a concept or it's a belief that they utilize in NLP, but it's to interrupt a negative strategy that you follow in times where pressure is applied. And I'm sure you've experienced it already. You could be on the bike, you could be an endurance runner, and you reach a certain point and the thoughts go from a positive to a slightly unproductive state. Generally when stress is applied, generally when the body is going into survival mode, generally when the brain is being starved, not just of oxygen, but certainly can become dehydrated. So what I'd like you to do is to have something in the tool bag to interrupt that pattern of negative thinking. I utilize it within the body scan. The body scan product, which I've mentioned already within this series, actually does that for you. It shifts that thought structure away from that negative and turns it into a positive, where you're going through the body and having either a verbal, external or internal conversation with yourself. But have a pattern interrupt. Have something that's going to break that negative strategy that you can utilize, irrelevant of where you are. I actually had it with a client who was a pole vaulter. They had reached that point where they were about to take the run up, and what they would do is they would reach a point of anxiety where they would freeze. What I asked them to do and what we did is we worked around a pattern interrupt that actually bypassed that. They understood and they worked out where the restriction was, where the resistance was. We worked on that and then introduced a pattern interrupt should it come into the future. I'm pleased to say that they've not had any issues since then, and despite the pressure being applied, they were aware of how to divert, how to break that negative strategy that previously was holding them back.